What if the wilderness wasn't just a place? What if the wilderness is what happened to man when he fell? Adam was placed in a garden, but after sin entered, the ground brought forth thorns and thistles. The garden became cursed. So did the heart of man. The first Adam was tempted in a garden. The last Adam was tempted in a wilderness. This is not random. Adam was surrounded by abundance and still fell. Jesus had fasted 40 days and overcame. The serpent was running the same play. In Eden, the temptation was take what God has not given you another way. In the wilderness, Satan says, all these kingdoms I will give you. Same lie. Glory without obedience, a crown without a cross, a kingdom without submission to the Father. But this time, the serpent was not facing the first Adam. He was facing the last Adam. When Adam fell, the ground brought forth thorns and thistles. The outside began showing what happened inside man. A garden heart became a wilderness heart. A living heart became a stony heart. And in Ezekiel 36 points right at this. God says, I will take away the stony heart of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Then later in that same chapter, he says, the land that was desolate will become like the Garden of Eden. This is not forcing something. Scripture is pointing to it. The heart and the land are connected. The inner condition and the outer condition are connected. Now look at Solomon's temple. Why does that temple look like a garden? Palm trees, flowers, pomegranates, cherubims. Eden was always pointing to fellowship with God, God dwelling with man. Man lost fellowship through sin. The garden was lost. The heart became a wilderness. Then Jesus arrives. The last Adam walks into the wilderness, not to be defeated by it, but to conquer it. Mark says the Spirit drove him into the wilderness. This is not an accident. This was confrontation. The last Adam stepped into the very condition the first Adam brought in, and every temptation is answered the same way. It is written. Jesus takes up the fiery sword that stood outside of Eden, not to keep man away forever, but to cut through the lie, to put the flesh to death, to crush the serpent's deception, and to open the way back to the tree of life, reconciling man back to himself. Adam lost a garden and produced a wilderness. Jesus entered that wilderness and began restoring the garden. The story starts in a garden, ends with Eden restored, and right in the middle stands Jesus Christ, the last Adam, the one who overcame where the first Adam fell, the one who turns wilderness into life, the one who removes a stony heart and gives a heart of flesh.